It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the New York Giants. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Let's go.
First known as the Meadowlands, EA Sports welcomes you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson in the booth. Greg, you love these games because we've got a marquee matchup at the most important position in sports, the quarterback spot.
And these are the matchups that everyone is excited to tune in, right? When the schedule comes out and you go down and you look up, all right, who's playing who, what quarterback matchups. This is one early in the offseason that you circle. The opportunity to see two marquee Hall of Fame potential quarterbacks on the same field together. We all know the reality of this league, Mike. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And both these guys under center today, when they come out of that tunnel every single weekend, their team knows as long as he's in the huddle with us, we got a shot.
Here's Harrison Butker out there to get this thing started. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Giants offense making their way out for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
They'll run here with the rookie. Room to run right away. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, it's hard to imagine starting a game much better than that. Great play design. You can tell all week they love that play to start the game, and, man, you can see why.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He's got his man, Wan'Dale Robinson. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver, and then see what he can do after the catch. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
That's to the sideline, taken in by Johnson. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Giants.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Robinson. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down. On the give, it's Tracy.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
This has been a solid opening drive. They're knocking on the door. First and goal. Now they'll try to run the jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, New York. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Now it's Graham Gano for the PAT. He's got it. And the Giants will take a 7-0 lead. So out is Gano after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or two deep. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
I'll tell you what, Mike, we have a blast every week doing this, but when we get our assignments and we see this guy on deck, it just gets a little bit more special. I mean, to witness firsthand one of the greatest, one of the most transcendent players of all time at the quarterback position, you just know when he's on the field, you're likely to witness something special, and needless to say, I think we're all pretty excited for this one.
He's got his tight end. That's Travis Kelce.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Play action here. Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
3rd and a yard. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. To the right side, hauled in by Kelce. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up the first down.
And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Off the bootleg, it's Mahomes. That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
That's to the sideline and taken in by Kelsey. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
We spent so much time talking about these receivers. How fast do they run, Mike? How high do they jump? But so often, the guys that have the most success in the NFL, it's the mental part of the game. It allows them to create separation, find soft spots in the defense, attack defenders. It's exactly what he's able to do here, and really nice connection.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Once again, it's Pacheco. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
He's got his man Brown. And the Chiefs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this has been a really nice answer so far to this game, Mike. I mean, you watch your opponent take the initial drive and go right down the field and score. And what are you going to do in response? What are you going to do when you get that ball back for the first time in your huddle? And tell you what, they've answered all those questions, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Here's Pacheco. And he will fight his way to the end zone. Isaiah Pacheco. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down to score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Harrison Butker now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Chiefs come right back to tie it at 7. Each team 1 possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Eric Gray to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Giants offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. On the handoff, here comes Tracy. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More from MetLife Stadium after this. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. A carry here for Tracy. And this will be a Giants first down as the tackle's made just shy of the 40.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
Throwing now, Wilson in trouble, and he's going to be taken down. That is Mike Dana working his way in there to record the sack.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Wilson. He's going to keep it himself. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On 3rd down, here's Wilson. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. After that play, it stopped an injured Giant on the field. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. So on 4th down, out is Jamie Gillen to punt for the Giants. This fielded inside the 35. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. On 1st down, it's Mahomes. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down. A give here to Pacheco. And he'll get this very close to a 1st down. A nice run there. He'll just end up a little bit short.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the 1st down, but that's a run you will take every single time. I mean, good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the 1st down, just not here.
And in motion is Brown. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's not going to get to the sticks. He'll wind up losing yardage as they mark him short of the 1st down, and it sets up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And no chance to down this one. It carries deep into the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Back to throw. Wilson. That's to Robinson. He's got it. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Really nice timing on that slant route. You can tell the quarterback and the wide receiver are completely on the same page, and when executed at that level, it's virtually impossible to stop.
They'll motion their tight end Johnson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now it's Tracy looking to run, and he will have a Giants first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
On first down, Wilson. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. This a mess on the offensive end. He goes out of bounds. That's going to be a loss of 5 yards on that play.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
Third and long. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. Over the middle, that's the tight end, Johnson. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down, and here comes 4th down.
And this is a great example of why staying on schedule and ahead of the sticks is so critical, because even after that big 3rd down pickup, it's not enough for the first, and it brings up 4th down.
That's fielded at about the 18. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. That one complete to Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Mahomes quickly out to Rice. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game, where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. They put Kelsey in motion. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Just a great individual effort, and when you have a guy that can win his one-on-one matchups, now it becomes less about who's blocking him and how do we block him. Expect the offense to make some adjustments because right now, one-on-one, this defender is going to win every time.
Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this. Third down and 9. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Travis Kelsey, the intended target. And it's going to bring up fourth down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Giants offense ready to get back at it. They'll start out first down and 10. Throwing is Wilson. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. That's going to be caught by Darius Slayton. And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. So it'll be first and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. From the shotgun, Wilson. Throw across his body is complete. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Wilson will throw again. Pass pulled in by Tracy. Second time they've connected on this drive, and 19 yards out of this one.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
To throw again is Wilson. He'll look middle here and get it to Neighbors. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. A good spot here, second and a yard. Throwing again, Wilson. Catch made, right side, it's Johnson. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Again, Wilson.
You just can't say enough about how hard it is to play cornerback in today's modern NFL, Mike. I mean, not only are these wide receivers better than ever, but the way the rules are written, you're really out there on an island with not a lot of options. Your technique has to be perfect. Your timing has to be perfect. It's exactly what we saw here, and he makes a great play on the ball.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Gano's kick is good. And the Giants get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Final moments of this first half, kicking with the lead now, as this one is in the air. A couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've reached halftime here in Jersey with the Giants on top. As we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I like we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This fielded at about the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
To the right side, hauled in by Kelsey. Big strides, look at him go! And he's going to take this one all the way into the end zone. There is a marker down. We're going to get the call, but I think this one is going to stand. And Butker on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Chiefs are on top. It's 14-10. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Gray gonna return it. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The Giants offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Left side in the hands of Neighbors. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll run with Tracy. And he's going to get the first down. He is up past the 35-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Now Wilson on 1st down. That is caught. It's Robinson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
A run here with Tracy on 2nd down. Strong running there, pushing his way forward to gain a couple. What can they do here on 3rd down and 7? They'll motion their tight end Johnson. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. His 2nd catch of the drive. This one good for 15 and a first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
On the ground, here's Tracy. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Drew Tranquil up to make the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And that one had too much behind it. It's into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he will pick it up. Let's give him a 1st down up to the 37-yard line.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Here now, 3rd and 5. They put Kelsey in motion. 3rd and short. Here's Patrick. Open man. That's the tight end, Gray. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Gray is the motion man here. On 1st and 10, it's Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Gray. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. They put Kelsey in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
Now, a carry for Hunt. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. That's Bobby Okereke there for the stop. 2nd and 7. They put Kelsey in motion. Mahomes now to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Man in motion is Brown. 1st down throw, Mahomes. Now he'll run. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Motion man is Rice. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Chiefs. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Here's Butker now for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Chiefs are out to a 21-10 lead. So now it's Butker following the touchdown to send this one away. Gray gonna return it. What a great return. All the way down to the 40-yard line. Here's the Giants offense now. They get set to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle, and they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the 1st down.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And this time they are ready for him. Thrown for a loss, and it's 2nd down.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
On the ground, it's right back to Tracy. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Wilson now gonna keep it on the zone read.
Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They're able to hold them to a short gain on the keeper and force the fourth down.
So now, Graham Gano, the veteran, in another pressure spot. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So the field goal makes it a one-score game here in the fourth quarter as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Mahomes now on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10. Now Russ. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive linemen had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play, and it still ended up resulting in a sack.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Wilson. That's taken in. What a catch by Neighbors. It's a pickup of 12. That's good for a Giants first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
On the give, it's Tracy. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. A pickup there of 13. 1st down, Giants.
There's a big conversation going on right now around the NFL about what is the true value of having a run game. And I've always thought it comes down to being good at 3 situations. Can you run the ball in the 4th quarter with a lead? How well can you run the ball on the goal line? And then in this case, how well can you run the ball in short yardage situations?
On 1st down, Wilson. He's got his man, that's Slayton. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
They come to the line for this one. 3rd down, needing 3. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. He finds his tight end, Bellinger. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll drop to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. In motion, it's Robinson. To throw again is Wilson. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Wilson will throw again. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2-minute. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that 1st down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
The game hanging in the balance and a critical 3rd down. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
They desperately needed that one, Mike. Down here late, they've only got a few remaining snaps to go, and it puts all of the pressure of the game now on 4th down. Let's see what play call they have in a gotta-have-it situation. And right now, this quarterback needs to make his best throw in the biggest moment of the game.
And this is not going to do it. The defense comes through here in the final minute, and it may just be enough to get them a victory. So, here comes the KC offense set to take over once more. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Now a timeout. Giants, that is their 2nd. And they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in this one. Second down and 8. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.